Hi guys, welcome to the second episode of Interesting Tech Facts You Didn't Know About. As usual, I really do hope you'll enjoy this video and hope you'll find some facts interesting. So be sure to click that subscribe button if you're new on the channel and let's start. Number 1. Google. As we all know, Google is the largest search engine in the world right now, then followed by YouTube and the rest. But what we didn't know was that the name Google was actually created accidentally. A spelling error was made by the original founders who were under the impression they were going for Google, which is simply the digit 1 followed by 100 zeros, but then went for Google instead. Number 2. Still on Google. Well, many companies usually face a lot of issues, especially when still on their younger stages, and Google was not any different. The founders of Google were willing to sell Google for only $1 million to a company called Excite in 1999, but then Excite turned them down, well, maybe because they didn't believe in them. But now, Google is worth $960 billion. To the third one. Now on Samsung. I talked about Samsung being one of the largest shipbuilding companies in the world right now. But did you also know that it is also a full-time weapon manufacturer? Yes, a weapon manufacturer. We're talking about helicopters, jet engines, even a tank they call the K9 Thunder, which is able to fire explosives at up to 25 miles away. Yes, 40 kilometers away. Samsung uses the most up-to-date technology to support peace and security. Number 4. Having talked about how big Samsung is, you may be wondering how many employees it actually has. Well, the company has a total of about over 320,000 employees. This is equivalent to Google plus Nokia plus Apple employees combined just to get there. 5. Many of us usually use Bluetooth in our normal day activities to maybe send some data from one device to the other, or play music on headsets, and in many other things. Well, Bluetooth was named after a king named King Harland Bluetooth, who was described as one who had an uncanny ability to bring people together in non-violent negotiations. So just like the king who united the people together, Bluetooth also unites two different devices together, and that's how the name Bluetooth came by. Moving on to the 6th one. Did you know that 51% of internet traffic is usually non-human? Well, 31% of it is actually made up from hacking programs, spammers, and other malicious activities. And that's why I've always stressed that you should be extra careful whenever you're using the internet. Number 7. Talking about viruses. The first ever computer virus was developed in 1971 and was made as an experiment just to see how it would spread between computers. But the first virus ever to be released into the wild was called Brain, which luckily was not harmful either. Now to the 8th one and final one. Did you know that the first ever mobile phone call was made in 1973 by an employee of Motorola in New York? And it was not until 19 years later when the first ever text message was sent by someone called Neil Packard, which simply said, "Merry Christmas." Now that was the final point today. As usual, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found the facts interesting as I did. With that, Please remember to subscribe for more good content, and see you guys in the next one.